Traders, hello, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Simply Forex. Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a good trading day. We have a plan of attack for today's live stream. We are going to do the following. We're going to look at a couple of trades that I'm in. I've managed to take profit on both of those trades. And to be quite frank, it was some much needed profit. So we'll take a look at those two trades, and they're still looking good for longs as well, guys. And we'll take a look at them and why they're still looking good. Secondly, we are going to we're going to answer as many of your questions as possible. All right, guys, so don't be shy. Come. Leave as many questions as you like, and I will endeavor to answer all of them. It is Thanksgiving, so to any US viewers, you're probably, well, no, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, so you're probably not drunk or eating turkey yet, and if you are, fair play. But yeah, hello and happy Thanksgiving to all the US crew. And what else we're going to do? There's more. We're going to look at the economic calendar in a minute. We're going to answer your questions. Let's get started. So let's see who is in the house, guys. All right. So Marvin, how are you? Hi, Tom from the Philippines. Marvin, I have been to the Philippines a few times. I have been to Manila, Palawan, Ilocos, La Union. I can't remember all the other places. Pagapud. Anyway, yeah, done a bit of traveling around the Philippines. It is a bloody lovely country and very friendly people and nice. It's like Thailand, but more wild, right? Thailand obviously has a lot of tourism. Philippines less so, but yeah. There you go. Anyway, enough about the Philippines. McFlave, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. I don't celebrate it, but I might eat turkey and drink beer just for the hell of it. Colin, yo, how are you? Ravi, how are you, mate? Hope everyone is well. So let's start. Let's have a quick look at the economic calendar, right? We know it's Thanksgiving. We've got some Euro news coming out in an hour. So if you are in any Euro trades, guys, I would say you would need to be wary of that. And because volume's quite thin, you could potentially get a big wild move from this, right? Or nothing, right? Basically summed up any news release there. But other than that, guys, no news to speak of, obviously. And like I say, it's going to be a quiet New York session. Let's start with the trades that I took today. All right. So as you know, if you watch my morning analysis video, you will know that I like Swiss franc pairs today. And I took a couple of in and out H1 trades. Okay. So day chart on US dollar Swiss franc is still in an uptrend. Excuse me, guys. Let me have a quick drink. I have a throat like Barry White. A bit of vodka always helps. But we're in an uptrend, guys, right? So let's start it from here. Okay, so we're getting higher lows, and these lows have held, and we're still getting higher highs. So we're in an uptrend. And at this last low, we've had a bit of a bullish wick, not too much, to be honest, but we're also at the moving average 20. So I just really like this support level. And then this was a H1 entry, not a H4 entry. So as you can see, right, I was just tracking H1 structure. We got to here, and as soon as we broke through this level, right, we start to get higher lows, higher highs. All right, so we're in an uptrend. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Frog, please leave. I don't know where I'm going with that. And we got a bit of a retrace, right? Entered here, literally there. Couldn't have got in at a better price, to be quite honest. Put my stop below here and then took some profit up here, guys. Once I got 1:1, I have closed 80% at this level. And I will let some profit run because I like the daily chart. Okay. And also the H4, right? It's going to be you know, it's going to be quite decisive what happens here with the H4, right? If I start getting some rejection here, you know, I might close the remaining 20%. But if it breaks through this level, I really think we've got, you know, some room to the upside. Okay, so we'll see how price reacts here. But like I say, guys, I've already closed some profit. Happy days. And, you know, sort of confession time. I wouldn't normally do this, guys, right? But I doubled up my risk on Swiss franc pairs. All right. Now, again, to be quite honest, the reason I did this, first of all, I was aware of it. I was aware that I was doubling risk. So basically, I had 2% risk on Swiss franc weakness, right? And it's played out and happy days, right? But because I entered Aussie dollar Swiss franc and US dollar Swiss franc at 1% risk each, I doubled my risk to 2%. Okay, I was aware of it. I wouldn't normally do it, but I just, yeah, I guess I have to be open. Like I was having a bad week and wanted to recoup some of the losses. So I was willing to take that risk in order to do so. And this week has now become a not so bad week as a result. All right. So, yeah, that's where we're at. And Aussie dollar Swiss franc was the same. We like the day chart. Yeah, I really like this level here for buys on Aussie dollar Swiss franc, even potentially all the way back up to here. And again, this was a H1 trade, right? If we tracked H1, yeah, we had this. Okay, price came back down. I started entering in here. Okay, put my stop loss down here, right? And with a view to taking profit here. All right, I got roughly my 1:1 and again closed 80%, guys. All right. But if you look at the H4 now, it's looking promising, right? You know, are we starting to see lower highs, right? Is this high broken? Either way, we have a very bullish H4 candle, and this would suggest we have a bit more room to the upside. So we shall see with these Swiss franc pairs. All right. But yeah, nice day that we're having so far. And as always, guys, let me just show you my trade ideas for today. And where are they? So if we look at Tom's trades, guys, so this is the VIP Discord, guys. If you're interested in trading this, joining this, then please do. So as you can see, yeah, there was my Swiss franc buy trade. If you want my trading signals, guys, then please come join the VIP. That was US dollar Swiss franc, and that was Aussie dollar Swiss franc. Yeah, and as you can see, they both hit target. All right, guys. So yeah, there you go. Come join. My God, what's happened to my pen? Come join the sorry guys, I don't know what's going on technically here. Come join the VIP Discord, guys. All right, there we are. Right, what else are we looking at now? Let's take a few questions, guys. Right, let's take a look at what you guys want to look at. Niraj, hi, how are you? Himanshu, okay, Himanshu, I believe that is a coin that you want us to look at. Okay, we can take a look at that. Michael, hello. Hamed, evening, how are you? Colin, good call on Aussie dollar Swiss franc. Thank you very much, Colin. Hope you took the trade. I think there's still a bit more legs in this trade as well. Lee James has got a question here as well. Okay, so we'll look at that now. And Louis Esterhuizen, the famous golfer. How are we all? So let's start with Lee James's question, and then we'll look at some of the pairs that you're looking at. So Lee James has said, out of curiosity, if you've been trading for a while, do you still back test your strategy? So it's a good question, and it opens up a lot of discussion points, right? Now, I have never really been one for back testing. And let me explain why. Because price action is very difficult to backtest, right? Price action is about reading the charts and, you know, understanding support and resistance, trend, you know, candlesticks, this top-down approach. So it's very discretionary trading, right? You know, I might want to take a trade based on price action. I might want to buy the market. You might want to sell the market, right? So for that reason, it's very difficult to back test price action. Okay, it's not mechanical enough. If my strategy was mechanical, like let's say 2 moving averages, right? Let's say if, you know, 1 moving average, you know, crossed another moving average, yeah, we would look for sells, and then there was, you know, we was in a downtrend, right? That is very mechanical, and you can back test that strategy, right? So yeah, it's difficult to back test price action. So there's the first point to make. I would say your strategy needs to be quite mechanical for you to back test it. Now, there's also 2 types of traders, I would say, right? There's quite scientific traders, I would call them, and they're very data driven, right? You know, the probability of this hitting the last daily high, or the probability of it breaking this level, or whatever it might be. There's scientific traders, and they're very data driven, and it does involve back testing and crunching the data, right? Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. You know, if you're consistently profitable and that's how you trade and you're quite data driven, then trade that way. And being data driven is also easy to back test, right? Then there's the second trader who is quite, let's say artistic, right? I consider reading the charts an art, right? And that would describe me, right? I'm that type of trader. I'm less data driven. I'm like, what is the chart telling me right now in real time? I don't care what's happened before, right? So yeah, you know, it's an interesting point, but yeah, definitely you're either scientific as a trader or artistic as a trader, and you know, one is easy to back test, one isn't, right? Now, also, you know, because I'm not big on historic data, right? You know, almost like a confession. I don't really journal my trades anymore, right? It's so ingrained. I just trade my setup. The only thing that might slightly change is it a H4 entry or a H1 entry? That is pretty much the only difference that I would possibly take. If I'm feeling a bit more aggressive with a trade, I would take a H1 entry like I did today, or I would take a H4 entry. But they are both based on higher time frame direction and price action. So yeah, there you go, Lee James. I enjoyed your question. It opens up, you know, a conversation about these things. So yeah, there you go. That's what I think on that. And guys, yeah, if you enjoy the live stream, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and smash the like button, guys. Also, today's vid is sponsored by Pepperstone. Okay, so they're a world-class broker, guys, compatible with TradingView. And if you sign up with them right now, we will give you free access to the VIP Trading Academy. Right, you remember what I showed you before, where I have all my trade signals. There's tutorials in there. You can chat directly with me. Yeah, we'll give you free access to that. And you get a premium subscription to a TradingView account as well. What's not to like? Yeah, come join Pepperstone through our affiliate link, guys. Right, what else are we looking at? Mike, hi, how are you? McFlave, back testing is a great tool for robot trading. Exactly, McFlave, right? If you've got an EA, right, and it just sits on your MT4, MT5 and just takes trades all day, you can 100% back test that. You can go back years, and there's loads of great back testing tools, right? Totally, because it doesn't get any more mechanical than a robot, right? So it's perfect for EA back testing and just mechanical strategies in general. Lee James. So, okay, let's carry on this conversation. I'm enjoying it. Lee James, isn't that a mechanical approach you're looking at for a specific setup? It is, right? So let's look at my setup today, right? I took a H1 trade, right, on this Aussie dollar Swiss franc, right? And daily said I could buy this, and weekly said I could buy this as well, right? So daily and weekly said I could buy this pair. Then I dropped down to H4 or H1, okay? So straight away, my system is discretionary because I've looked at daily, right, which said I can buy this, right? And I looked at weekly, which said I could buy this from this level back up to here. Now, straight away, that is very discretionary. And if I did back test, you know, what time frames am I looking at? You know, do I look at daily, weekly, and then drop down to the H1 for potential entries, right? So you can't back test that. But with regards to the mechanics of my strategy, of course, there are some mechanics, but I wouldn't describe it, you know, it's still mechanical to a point, but it's not as mechanical as, you know, moving average 20 crosses moving average 50, RSI is below 50, we buy the market, right? That's not discretionary. What I'm doing is discretionary, subjective. So yes and no to your question, but my entry again is quite mechanical, right? All I'm looking for is H1 to be in an uptrend because daily is in an uptrend. And I just want H1 in this case, because I traded the H1, to be in an uptrend too. Right? And once I get that and I get a nice retrace into value, I will buy the market. So in that respect, yes, there is some mechanics, right? Daily trend, H1 trend, they are matching. We get a, you know, H1 is in an uptrend, okay, and we get a retrace to a nice area. That's pretty much my strategy, guys. Obviously, there's, you know, you need to be able to pick the right currency pairs to trade, right? And there's obviously a skill to reading the charts, and also when you're in a trade, managing the trade, right? This is where the real skill kicks in for me. But, you know, there is an element of mechanics, but I wouldn't describe it as mechanical. You couldn't back test it. Profit pathways FX. Thoughts on 1 minute trading? Have you back tested your strategy in this time frame? Profit pathways. I would get a nosebleed if I traded the minute chart. I have never gone down that low. I have been as low as the 5 minute chart, and I will never do it again. Right? I don't need that many trades to be profitable. Right? If I go down to the 1 minute chart, I am going to have a shed load of trades. And I don't want to shed loads of trades. That sounds quite stressful to me. I would say the lower the time frame, you know, the more trades you're going to get, the more setups you're going to get, the more trades you're going to be into. I would say that would make trading more stressful for me, right? And I don't want stress. I want calm, serene, and to be honest with you, quite dull and boring, right? My system is about repetition. Right, and doing the same thing day in, day out, dull, boring, not really selling trading. But it is, you want to get to that level where your trading is just boring, right? You do the same thing every day and you know over time you'll make some profit, right? Some months you'll make a lot of profit, some months you won't, some months you'll make a loss. But over time, you will be profitable. And that's why I trade my strategy like an emotionless robot. Right, I know that it plays out. The trading edge of my strategy plays out. But no, I wouldn't go to the 1 minute. You know, each to their own, right? I'm sure there's lots of scalpers out there who trade the 1 minute and are profitable. Kudos to them. you know, good luck, right? But for me, no. Yeah, I wouldn't go any lower than the H1. You know, and even if I did go to the M15, it would just be as confluence as for a structure break or something like that. But no, M1 chart, not for me at all. Lee James, thanks for your reply to the previous question. You're very welcome, Lee. I appreciate your questions. They are interesting. Okay, Ravi, the statement, it is difficult to backtest price action. That alone deserves a like. Thank you, Ravi. And guys, yes, don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Would love to have you. Sasquatch, hello, Tom. I always enjoy your analysis. Thank you, Sasquatch. And thank you for your insight the other day. So Sasquatch is part of our trading community. He's part of our free Discord channel. So if you haven't already, come join it. It's free. Join the community. You know, talk to others, enjoy. But yeah, Sasquatch, give us some fundamental analysis on pound Canadian dollar the other day. Yeah, very interesting. Thanks for sharing. CJ, afternoon, Tom. How was the date? Thank you very much for asking, CJ. It was very nice. Yeah. I got lots of brownie points for my date night. It was this event basically that I got invited to, and it was basically an opening of a load of beach bars, right, here in Dubai. And there was just like 13 different bars along the beach front called La Mer in Dubai. And yeah, you could just go from each one and, you know, all your drinks, all your food, help yourself. And by the 13th, we fell over. I'm only joking. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, it was very nice. You just went to each restaurant, tried a bit of food, went to the next one. It was a bloody wonderful night, in fact. Thank you for asking, CJ. Himanshu, sorry. Yes, Himanshu. Apologies. Right, what we're looking at here. So you might have to help me with this ticker. So it's ETHU. This one. Okay. Yeah, so let's have a look at this one. Right, so let me just check I got the ticker correct. Right, okay. Thank you, Himanshu, because we love a fresh new chart. So let's do a thorough top-down analysis on this. And Himanshu, what the hell is this? Is this a coin, I assume? Right, let's do a top-down approach analysis on this. So, you know, we've got a fresh chart. Let's all do it together. Happy days. Let's do this. So, first of all, I'm going to put in the support and resistance levels that are applicable to this chart. That one is applicable. This one is applicable. And that's about it on the weekly chart, I would say. Right? And then just looking at the weekly chart, right? We was in a downtrend, right? Price didn't want to go any lower than this, right? Buyers were at this level to the point that eventually they broke structure. All right. So as soon as we broke this level, we had some, you know, some excuse me. What did I have for lunch? Pork with veg. Anyway, after this consolidation, right, the market was like, right, buyers and sellers are fighting, and then kapow. And if this is a coin, then obviously, you know, the Trump effect with coins at the moment. So we're clearly in an uptrend, break out of this consolidation, and just bullish. This would suggest we can take price back up to this level. Yeah. So if I was intraday trading this, I would trade it up to here. Okay. So weekly would be a buying opportunity for me. If we now drop down to the day chart, 100% buying opportunity. Let's put in some more support and resistance levels, right? You can see there's this level through here. There's also this level through here, right? And these are really the only important levels for us at the moment, okay? Yeah, that would be it for me. Those would be the levels. And as you can see on the day chart as well, we are clearly in an uptrend. So this is a strong buy for me, right? If it moves, we can trade it. So daily is telling me to buy and weekly was telling me to buy. So this would be 100% a buy trade, right? And just look at that daily candle. Yeah, super bullish. Now, the room this would be my target. Back up to here. Let's go for 39,000, a nice psychological level. So 3,900 would be my target, right? I would probably take some profit at 3,800 as well, right? So let's play this trade through, right, as if I was going to trade it. Now, and super tight spreads on this. So we're in an uptrend. I'm looking to buy this. I would be all over this. If we drop down to the H4, the H4 isn't representing enough value as yet, right? Now, if we just track H4 trend, right, this is where we're at currently, right? Now, is this the point at where price zooms off? If it is, I may miss out on this trade, right? Because I would like to see this pull back at least to here, let the moving average 20 catch up, right? So I would like to see a little bit more, of a retrace down to here. And I think this could be a really nice buying area to take price higher. So that's what I would like to see on the H4, or we see this on the H4, right? Now, this doesn't represent value, but it does represent good price action and trend continuity. Not easy to say when you've been drinking all day. Right, we want to see a break of this level. So let's say I saw price do this, okay? Price come up, and then eventually we get a nice big bullish candle that breaks through this level. Now, apologies for the candle. Like I say, I've been drinking all day, only joking. So as you can see, this is in an uptrend, right? And that would, if we break this high, that is a continuation of trend. And what that does, by confirming the continuation of trend, it also confirms this as the last higher low. So then I'd be looking for price to retrace in here somewhere. The moving average 20 will start catching up with this level. So this level could eventually become a good level to trade from. Okay, or even in here somewhere, so we can hide below that level. So there's a few things I need to see happen on the H4, right? But on the H1, you've probably got a trade already, right? So yeah, on the H1, we could be more aggressive, right? And that's the difference between H4 and H1. H1 trend and structure allows you to be more aggressive than H4. That's pretty much the difference, right? Now, once price comes down to this level, we're not sure here right now. We're like, is this the start of a H1 downtrend? Are we getting lower highs, right? Will this level break? So that's one question we need answering. And one way of answering that question, remember we want to buy this trade, would be a bullish candle, right? If we get a bullish candle that breaks this last low, then all the areas have been answered, right? If we get a break of that level, we're now in a H1 uptrend, right? You could start buying in here, stop below here, look to take price higher. So that's what I would be looking at in terms of price action and entries on H4 and H1. So yeah, there you go. So that is what I would do with that, Himanshu. But yeah, like buys on this chart, really do. What else are we looking at? Lee James, date, he's married to Gal Gadot. It's downhill from there on. Yeah, don't tell Gal, right? Don't tell Gal we had a date night last night without her. She will be upset if she knew who I was. Right, guys, I'm going to have a quick drink. Please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and smash the like button if you haven't already. Come join our trading community as well. Right, Ravi, can you please take a look at silver? I see a double bottom and on the H4 some bullish price action. Would you consider taking along once the recent high at 30.7 is convincingly broken? Right, Ravi, nice technical question and well put together question, right? You know, there's nothing wrong with what do you think of silver, but you've obviously given this trade some thought. So let's dissect what you just asked. Again, I'm going to do a top-down approach, right? This is what I always do for any chart ever in the world. Okay. Now, silver chart is this, right? Silver is in a weekly uptrend. Okay. Excuse me, guys. We're getting higher lows, and this low is holding, and we're getting higher highs. We're in an uptrend. Okay. We also have a bullish candle here. Remember, this weekly candle hasn't finished forming, so we can't count it. It shouldn't give us, it shouldn't be any part of our decision making, right? It hasn't finished forming. So we just base it on this, which has finished forming, and that would suggest we can buy at least back up to this level here. And as you can see, this is a target I had. This was an old target. I still think this is intact, this target. So I would buy, right, on the weekly. The problem with the daily is we're in a downtrend, right? So if we look at the day chart, right, let's start that again. Because I'm going to include this level here, right? We, at this point, thought we were off to the races and we were in an uptrend, right? I had a losing trade with this silver because of that reason. I thought lower highs, right? That high had just been broken and we were looking to take price up to here, okay? Now, as you can see, silver had other ideas and the dollar, right? And I would say we're now in a downtrend on the daily, right? So it's difficult for me to look for buys here, right? I would need to perhaps see something like this happen. Then we get a break, right, on the day chart. And that would really confirm a silver buy for me. But, you know, as always, guys, right? If I wait for a daily break, that's going to take a while, right? Obviously, and I'm patient, and that's no problem, right? And if you get a daily break, it will be more reliable than a H4 break. But a H4 break will get you in earlier. Okay, everything's a trade-off with trading, right? So let's look at a potential H4 break of structure. Now, there's clearly a level here, right? This would probably be more of a H1 level, but there is a level here. But if it breaks this level, right, I would suggest we're still in a downtrend, right? Even if it comes up here, you know, we've got the moving average 20 here. From a H4 point of view, it's difficult to buy, right? And I know, Ravi, you're saying a break of this level up here. Yeah, you said 30.70, right? So yeah. So yeah, I agree with that, okay, as price action currently stands. So Ravi's saying, and you can see there's a level through here too, right? So Ravi's saying if we get a break of this level, right, again, this could take a while, but if we got a break of this level, that would constitute a H4 structure break and we could start buying. I would say yes, and we could take it back up to these last highs, leave some profit to run. But what's more likely to happen is this, right? So this currently is the last H4 lower high, and therefore this needs to break for a H4 structure break. But what you'll find is this. Price does this, We get a bit of a reaction in here. We've got moving average 20 and we've got resistance. Price will come back down, probably test these lows again. And then we have a new lower high here, right? This will be the new lower high. And then we'll wait for a break of that level. And then once we break that level, again, we can take profit in here, leave some to run. All right, so I don't think, Ravi, this will be the level that needs breaking. I think there will be one in here, something like this. Right, but we shall see. Okay. But yeah, you know, you can combine weekly trend with H4 structure breaks, but you would be going against the daily trend. You need to be aware of that. And by doing that, you are decreasing probability, I would argue. Right? But I can see the logic in your trade, Ravi, totally. Right, what else have we got, guys? Any other questions that we are looking at? Let's take a look at my trades that are still running. I've got 20% running on a couple of these trades. May even re-enter this trade. This Aussie dollar Swiss franc, I may re-enter this trade, guys. If it comes down to a nice level, right, potentially the moving average 20. You can also see maybe, you know, potentially a bit of a trend line through here, right? I think somewhere in here could be a nice level. I would add to this trade and carry on, you know, and I've already taken 80% profit in here. I would add to this trade again. All right, so let's see what happens to Aussie dollar Swiss franc. Let's have a look at US dollar Swiss franc. Again, H1 still in an uptrend, right? Still looking good. But we know this is a, you know, a level of H4 resistance here. If we go to the H4, yeah, let's see. Let's see. I still think it has a bit of room to come up into, and then let's see how it reacts here. Let's see if this H1 structure holds, right? Let's see if this structure holds. And if it doesn't, you know, maybe I'll close the remaining 20% here, which is basically where I got in at. Okay, but looking at that H4 candle, right? Looking at this H4 candle, this suggests we do have a bit more room to the upside. All right, so let's see. Let's see with US dollar Swiss franc. Thank you, Tom. You're welcome, Ravi. No problemo. There's nothing else that I am looking at today. Tell a lot. I was interested in yen pairs, but it's just weekly levels are tricky with these yen pairs. Right, I would say there's a weekly level running through here. New Zealand yen less so, right? But if you look at something like pound yen, right, they're at weekly levels, these pound pairs. I know I spoke about this in my video this morning, and if you haven't watched it, check it out, guys. But yen pairs, yeah, you know, I want to sell them, but I can't sell into weekly support, right? If we look at the day chart, yeah, like I said in my morning vid, guys, I'm going to wait for this weekly candle to finish before I make any decisions on yen pairs. If we end up getting a wick like this, it could still be a red candle, but if we end up getting a wick like this, I would suggest buys are on the table, right? And if we got a big bearish weekly candle like this, I would say sells are more possible back down to here. Mike S, Canadian dollar Swiss franc, another trade that I like. This was one of my trade ideas. This has broken H4 structure as well. Yeah, I like everything about this trade too. Yeah, it's just Aussie dollar Swiss franc gave me a better setup. But look at the weekly. This is wonderful, right? Consolidation, consolidation, bang. Right? Buyers are winners, start buying. Like the weekly. Daily, still in an uptrend for me, right? This last low here never broke because of these wicks. So we're still in an uptrend. And even H4, we have broken this last H4 high, right? At this point, we're in this H4 downtrend, and now we are in a H4 uptrend because of this candle. So yeah, really like Canadian dollar Swiss franc. I really like Aussie dollar Swiss franc, CAD Swiss franc, and US dollar Swiss franc, guys. Yeah, Swiss franc weakness across the board. So yeah, H4 is looking good. If we look at the H1, yeah, you know, like this might be a nice level, right? As we follow H1, right? When it retraces back to what was once resistance, this could be a nice area, right? Moving average 20 catches up. This could be a nice area for buying Canadian dollar Swiss franc. But why did I prefer Aussie dollar Swiss franc? Because you will see here, guys, on the H1, right? It broke structure, right? It broke this level, but it never retraced, right? I was looking for a retrace into here, and then we start buying, right? Now, compare that, look at that chart. Now, compare that with Aussie dollar Swiss franc. We had the same break of structure, but look at Aussie dollar Swiss franc. It gave me a nice deep retrace into this level where I started buying. So started buying in here, and it just gave me a better setup, guys. All right. So yeah, that's why I preferred Aussie dollar Swiss franc over Canadian dollar Swiss franc. And if you're trading correlated pairs, trade the one that gives you the best setup, obviously, right? All right, guys. Mike, cool. I'm on it. Good man. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, smash the like button. If you're looking for a broker right now, look no further than Pepperstone. They are compatible with TradingView. If you sign up with them, we'll give you free access to our VIP Trading Academy, and we'll give you a premium TradingView account to trade from. No brainer. Check it out. Also, guys, come join our free Discord channel. Come join our trading community. And on that beautiful note, we will leave it there. All right, guys, so have a great trading day, and I'll see you soon.